Good morning. Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good afternoon. Welcome in. We'll be getting started in just a minute. I am putting together my radio equipment, getting ready for the show today. So, welcome in. Welcome in. Got a couple things I need to do to get started. Welcome. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to be going into the switchboard at the station in just a few. Good morning. Welcome. Just getting ready to check in with the station. Good morning. Making sure they can hear me good. Good morning. We got a great show for you today. I actually am going to do two mics today. See if we can get a clearer show. But welcome, welcome, welcome. And I think what I'm going to do today, I got a couple of things that I'm going to be talking to you all on the break about. First and foremost, I just want to say good morning to each and every one of you. I am super excited today because we have our first, well, not actually our first, but we got a sponsor show today. We have Mosca, who is our sponsor, and we're super excited about that, and we'll talk about that sometime. But Mosca is a digital wallet, and so I'm excited about that. Excited about what it does, excited about what it's going to do for our community. But that being said, I am trying to make sure that the radio station can hear me. And then we'll be getting started in just a few minutes. So if you all can hear me here on that mic, and then I got the radio and the other one, we're going to get this thing going. I haven't heard from my engineer this morning, making sure he can hear me. And we'll get started, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to play my music just in case he comes on a little bit later and starts me in. All right, y'all. We're going to get this thing going. Just bear with me for just a second. And I want to make sure you all can hear me relatively well and hear the music as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. See if you guys can hear this.
We're just trying to close up the wealth gap. Get to this generational wealth, bet that. We're gonna lift off like a jetpack. Time to tune in, not just speaking real facts. Right here is everything you need. This ain't no get rich quick thing. Create your own economy. Cause we ahead of the crypto curve, yeah. Create your own economy. Let's get ahead of the crypto curve, yeah. Learn from the queen of crypto, your host, Najah Roberts, leading people out of financial slavery through Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Create your own economy. Let's get ahead of the crypto curve. Learn to get left behind.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Ahead of the Crypto Curve. Good morning, good morning. I want to make sure everyone is hearing me this morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Ahead of the Crypto Curve. I am your host, Najah Roberts, and it is my mission in life to lead my people out of financial slavery. I don't just do this show to change the way you think about money, but to make you change the way you look at money and everything else around you, because it absolutely matters. Today is Sunday, February 16th, 2025, and what an incredible day it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say again, what a difference a week makes. There are so many things that are going on in our space right now. We need to talk about it. We need to make sure that we are understanding what we need to do to go from surviving to thriving. But before we get into that, I want to say happy birthday today to Byron Brooks of Riverside, California, to Velanie Williams of Zachary, Louisiana. Happy birthday to Andre Bodie of Washington, D.C. Happy birthday to Derek Haskell of Los Angeles, California. And happy birthday to Byron Jackson, the brother of Deshaun Jackson, in Inglewood, California. Happy birthday to each and every one of you. I hope that your day is filled with all the love, joy, peace, and happiness you deserve. You know, the best thing about having a birthday is it means you have gone around this moon at least one more rotation. And for that, you are the greatest gift to the world. So just have an incredible day. If you'd like a shout out for your birthday, please feel free to send me a text message to 414-317-7373. Again, 424-317-7373. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a quote that I am going to start this show with today. And this quote says, "The mark of a mature, psychologically healthy mind is indeed the ability to live with uncertainty and ambiguity, but only as much as there really is. Uncertainty is no virtue when the facts are clear. The ambiguity is more obfuscation where more precious or precise terms are applicable." And so that quote is by somebody by the name of Julian Baggini. And let me tell you why I picked this quote today, because we are in an uncertain time, ladies and gentlemen. We're hearing all these different things that are going on around us. We know that the economy is wrecked, and there are a lot of things that we need to be doing to save more money to really be able to live or have enough money to live towards the finishing or the ends of our lives. And so we've got to do some different things. And today, you know, this quote spoke to me because it really highlighted the balance that we need to navigate this uncertainty in this day and time. And so the ability to handle uncertainty is a strength. And ladies and gentlemen, those of you in my community, you will understand when I say to you that we were born, raised for a time such as this. Being able to accept and live with some of this level of uncertainty and ambiguity is absolutely our superpower as a community. We can emotionally and mentally get through everything that we're going through, as many of our lives and our businesses and relationships have inherently involved the unknowns in the past and the lack of clarity. And I just believe that this is a time for us to have where we're thriving, not just in spite of, but we're thriving because we are resilient. And so, with that being said, today, ladies and gentlemen, we need to recognize that when uncertainty is here, it's necessary sometimes. And I don't want to say it's necessary, but that's the way the Creator made it, because we're in a situation right now where stress really push on our maturity levels, and it really includes discerning the different uncertain things that are happening that exist around us so that we can control the narrative. If we keep feeding into the things that are keeping us fearful and not really acknowledging that this uncertainty cannot be avoided, we will be able to stand up tall and do the things that we need to do, ladies and gentlemen, such as exploring new concepts and future outcomes, because we don't necessarily know how predictable they're going to be. But one thing we do know is if we keep doing the same things day in and day out, we are going to get the same results. Nothing different is going to come from that. So when we come forward, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to begin to talk about some of the things that we need to be doing right now. Yes, cryptocurrency is one of them. I'm going to talk a little bit about how cryptocurrency plays into them. But ladies and gentlemen, we have got to start thinking different. And so when we come forward, we're going to continue the conversation. This is KBLA Talk 1580. All right. So I can't talk to them on the radio about this. So this show is being brought to you by Mosca, ladies and gentlemen. And we won't be right back, but I'm going to show you all my little. This show is brought to you by Mosca. And so if you're interested in finding out about this digital wallet, please do me a favor and text me at 424-317-7373. Again, text me at 424-317-7373. And I'm going to get my volume up on the radio station because I couldn't really hear myself, but I think we're doing good. So right now we're on a commercial break, but let me just tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I will be doing a tour this year for sure, but I am going to join forces instead of Cash App. I am joining forces with Mosca, a digital wallet. So I'm super excited about that. And I'm going to be repping and really making sure that everybody is understanding what is taking place. We need to get paid for our transactions and get some of those transaction fees. And if we are referring people to different platforms to use those platforms should be paying us, and not just the stockholders or those individuals that are that were early adopters, and we are early adopters. And so I'm excited about this. This isn't a wallet where you can buy cryptocurrency, but it is a wallet where you can definitely transact among peer-to-peer on the blockchain, and it is really incredible, and I'm excited about it. So I will be going on tour this year with Mosca, so we will be coming to a city near you, so stay tuned. I'm excited about that. So when we come forward, we're going to jump into our conversation. If there is any questions that you have and you put in the chat, please do that. And towards the end of the show, I'll try to look in there. But while I am doing the show, it's kind of hard for me to do that. But we are going to get started right after this commercial. So just bear with me as we get through. I hope you all are doing well today. I know food is high. We're going to be talking about it in just a second. It's very interesting what we're going through right now. And it's important that we really get on top of some things. Really, really, really. So a couple of things I need to touch on. And again, this commercial is probably over in about 30 seconds. Bear with me as we get back online with the studio. All right. All right, welcome forward, welcome forward. At the top of the hour, let me just make sure that I'm saying this because I was floored that one of my cousins yesterday was on her way to Target. I was on my way to see her. She told me she was going to run a Target, and I was like, what, Target? Did you know we are boycotting Target? And so she didn't know anything about it. So I want to make sure at the top of every one of my shows, I want to make sure that we are clear that it is on and cracking. We are not shopping at Target. I don't care what day of the week it is. We ain't shopping at Target. But on Wednesdays, we are shopping with Black businesses. There's a whole litany of Black businesses out there. And I was just so excited. Yesterday, I was in LA proper, Los Angeles proper. And on the corner of Manchester and Western, I just got to give those folks a shout out. They had tents and trucks, And all day yesterday, they were serving our community and they were all Black owned businesses. I got the best brisket ever. I got some old fashioned coffee cake from when I was back in high school. And I got some Kool-Aid from somebody that was out there. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm just excited about this Buy Black movement. We have got to buy Black. I bought my Black soap last week instead of going to Target. I buy my lip bar from a young lady that is in Target, and I was buying it from Target, but now I went to her website and bought it by myself. Actually, I was buying lip bar before she got into Target. Really just supporting our community. It has to happen. And the other thing I want to share is that I went to the grocery store this week. And I don't know about y'all, but it is serious. I got ready to check out, and the cashier couldn't even look me in the eye, didn't want to tell me that my bill had come to $380 for groceries. And that's probably going to last us about a week and a half. And I didn't have anything that was meat. Well, yeah, I did. I had 2 packages of ground turkey, but that's neither here nor there. This money situation is getting very critical, and we've got to do some things to really bust some of the financial myths that our community is holding on to. And so, family, I just want to say, let's have a real talk today, because I keep getting hit with questions about, is this good? Is this real? Should I follow this strategy? And listen, I'm going to say this again as it relates to our regular financial services industry. You cannot do the same thing day in and day out expecting a different result. You have got to do something different. You've got to add something different to your life. You've got to add something different to your portfolio. And while I'm on that, because I don't want to miss it and I want to make sure that I'm saying it on every show, you need to find a mom and pop gold dealer in your area, not where you go and pawn gold, where you go and buy gold. You need to go find a mom and pop gold dealer. I don't care who it is and what they look like, but you want to start to take a look at that asset as well as this cryptocurrency space. And I've said that I'm big on precious metals, but specifically gold and what the price is going to do based on all this uncertainty that I just finished talking to you about. Yes, Bitcoin is going to do what it does, but gold is tried, proven, and all of those things. So if you need to do some savings outside of the bank, you could possibly, again, not providing any financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor on purpose anymore, but I want to make sure that we're clear that you can buy gold coins. And my suggestion is Krugerrand gold because of its contents and because of what you're able to do with it. But that's another story. But I wanted to make sure that I said that today because we got to get prepared for these uncertain times. So there's a couple of financial myths that I want to talk about today. And one of them is just this old information that we are used to, that they tell you you can save your way to wealth. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know some of you are unicorns and some of your families are unicorns, but really tell me, for the lion's share of those that are retired or getting ready to retire in your family, I want you to look around and see if they're actually where they want to be, or are they constantly saying, I'm on a fixed income, or I can't do this, or I can't do this. I can't afford to do that. I want to get my house repaired, but I can't afford to. Ladies and gentlemen, that's doing the same thing we did in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s and not getting different results. I'm going to be quite honest with you. In this climate, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot save your way to wealth. There is no way to do it because inflation is eating our dollar up. And what you need to understand is when people are telling you to skip Starbucks and stop eating out and just put that money in a savings account, that is not going to cut it. When I said skip Starbucks and make your own Starbucks and I started putting $6 a day in Bitcoin, it was because I know that it was an ascending asset. It was something that was going to grow over time. The same $6, had I put it in the bank instead of putting it in the Bitcoin, wouldn't have grown any at all. So I am wanting to make sure that each and every one of you know that this is not thriving, putting money in the bank, expecting to save your way to wealth. It is just surviving. There's a lot of our financial legends like Warren Buffett and Ray Dalio, and they didn't simply just save their way to wealth. They built businesses, ladies and gentlemen, and assets that actually gave them the capital to invest. Here's the truth. Before we worry about saving more money, let's focus right now, because of who's in office, ladies and gentlemen, on earning more, increasing your income so you can save and invest. It just doesn't make sense for us to continue down the same financial path as, and I love them, my parents or my grandparents or anybody else, because this world in 2025 is different. And here are some real ways to level up, ladies and gentlemen. If we are going to go from surviving to thriving in this climate, in this 2025, we've got to add some Bitcoin to our portfolio, or I'll just say I had to add some Bitcoin to my portfolio. I have to add some gold to my portfolio, because those are assets that don't sit stagnant. The dollar sits not only stagnant, ladies and gentlemen, it moves, believe it or not, just like every other asset up and down. But what it does, because of inflation, it actually goes backwards. And so I need you all to understand those are my fundamentals right there. But also, you need to start a business that solves real world problems, period. So where do we go with that? If you're starting a business that is solving real world problems, you need to start getting acclimated or start understanding blockchain technology. Still in the cryptocurrency space, let's talk about that. Blockchain is the actual software that cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin, goes on. And so you need to start understanding blockchain. You need to start understanding AI. You need to start understanding and building businesses around things that people need right now. And you need to look at a problem and say, how can I solve it? Even if you're working today and you're at a company and maybe you're having some difficulty with some of the things that you're doing or the workflow there at the business, start a business solving that problem and selling it, not just to the company that you work for, but every other company that's similar to the one that you're working for. Invest in assets that grow. Like I said, cryptocurrency. I'm not even really bullish right now on real estate. And there are several different reasons, because I think this housing market is going to implode. And I think that a lot of things are going to happen because most of the buyers were investors. And I think Zillow is going to be in some massive trouble. And I just found out some things that Zillow was doing to inflate property prices. And that's going to come home to roost very soon. So I'm not quite sure how well we should be or how much we should be investing in real estate. But that's one of those, do what we used to do the same thing day out, expecting different results. I think if you go down the route of real estate right now, there are going to be some challenges. So just get ready for that. But also, ladies and gentlemen, developing new skills to boost your earning potential. What can you do to make yourself more appealing to maybe your job? And I'm not talking about going back to school and wasting time and money to go back to school to get more money, because that's soon going to play out. Because again, AI, artificial intelligence, is doing a lot right now to replace the workforce. And so what new skills can you use to boost your earning potential? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You can actually ask Chat GPT things like, hey, I am a real estate agent. What can I do right now to boost my earning potential in the digital space as well as the artificial intelligence space to make sure that I'm ahead of what is about to come? And believe it or not, ChatGPT will spit out a plan to help you, ladies and gentlemen, develop a new strategy that can give you the new skills that you need to boost your earning potential. If you're stuck in the same 9 to 5 without a plan to grow your income, ladies and gentlemen, it's actually time to rethink your strategy. And so we're going to have a live session all this week. I'm going to be doing something at noon, and I'm excited about what we're doing at noon. It's going to be inside of the virtual Underground Railroad. And all you'll have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is just go to virtualundergroundrailroadzoom.com and you can chime in. I'm going to be breaking some of these things down a little bit more in depth. And we've got to, because in this cryptocurrency space, things are changing every single day. And by the time I get to the show on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, I got to give you some fundamentals, but you really need to know, and for somebody to break down the daily news in the cryptocurrency space, because it's moving quickly, because our president and a lot of our senators are putting together bills and things like that that are changing. And so developing these new skills will allow you to play in to the things that you hear. Just this morning, even though, and I'm not going to get into the political thing, I'm just going to say just this morning, as I was preparing for this show, I was listening to President Trump and him talking to the press about the tariffs and the different things that are going to happen and how he feels like it's going to help the economy. And instead of blocking him out and saying he's such an idiot and this is happening, really ask yourself, how do I position myself to be able to take advantage of some of the things that he's doing? And it'll give you business ideas and opportunities and it'll give you an opportunity to develop the new skills immediately that you're going to need to be able to deal in this United States in the next couple of, I'm going to say in the next 4 years. And I'll tell you, I've always said, ladies and gentlemen, that by 2030, we're going to have to figure out some other place to live in this world. And so I hope that you all have been listening to that, because again, after this 4 years is up, I really feel like we got some more time to go. But if you don't have a plan and you're not strategic right now about what you're doing, when you look up in 2030, you're going to be like, man, time has passed and nothing has changed but the date. And I'm still going to the grocery store and not buying any milk or any eggs and barely making it, because there's so many things that we need to do. But one of the other myths that I want to get away from and let you all know that it is outdated, which is to withdraw 4% of your savings each year and you'll be fine because the markets will always recover. They will always recover. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that sounds nice. But I am really into financial history, and the history tells a whole different story. So if you got anybody telling you to pull 4% out for retirement monthly, that you're going to be okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're not. That again is doing the same thing day in, day out, expecting a different result. I don't know when it has ever worked properly, especially for our community, but please don't listen to that, because between 1969 and 1982, the stock market experienced 22 years of flat returns, and it took 25 years just to break even. So why would we be telling folks to take 4% out every single month? I mean, every single year from their retirement. And from 2000 to 2009, the markets actually saw 9 years of losses, ladies and gentlemen, which is why I have never been huge on stocks. Now, yep, there's some stocks that you could have got involved in, Nvidia and put things like that. But ladies and gentlemen, I have to get you to realize it is the people that create the stock. It is the people that file the paperwork, the people that create the actual stock certificates or the amount of stocks that they hold that make the most money. Ladies and gentlemen, the power is not in front of the decimal. So we think as Americans and as community members that it matters what's in front of the decimal. You know what matters now is what's behind the decimal. The 8 characters back, Did you get your tokens or your coins or whatever you're doing way back then? But more than that, what can you create that can solve a problem that can get you the types of money that you need, where you can create a situation that is to the right of the decimal? And I think I really need to hone in and work hard on helping our community understand the 8 numbers before the decimal. When we come forward, ladies and gentlemen, after news, sports, and traffic, we are going to really continue this conversation and go down the road of helping you understand that the things that we are being told by even our tax professionals is incorrect. And a lot of our financial advisors, yes, they're licensed, but ladies and gentlemen, are they giving you the best information? When we come forward, we'll continue this conversation. This is KBLA Talk 1580. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see here. I have I'll be right back. I am going to grab some water, and if anybody has any questions, I am here to answer those questions. Let me grab some water really quickly. If anybody has any questions, I am here for them. I see some comments, so hold on one second. I'm glad you said that, and I gotta Toshana, I gotta let me click this off. Hold on. Let's see. All right. Let's see here. All right. So we are going to Tashana. I'm going to talk about your soap because I definitely did. So I got the best soap. I probably need to have some of these products on my table so that when I'm talking about it. Let's see. She's got it up here, so I'm gonna put it up here. So yes, sensationalsoap.com. I love my soap, y'all. I enjoy getting in the shower. I already enjoy getting in the shower, but I just love the beautiful smell and the job that her soaps do. And so I'm gonna leave that up on my screen because we are shopping black. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it might cost a little bit more than traditional soap, but guess what it doesn't give you? It's carcinogens and things like that in your body. So that being said, I want to make sure that each and every one, if somebody has a black a product that they want me to showcase, send it to me. Mosca is a black digital wallet like Cash App that we are launching. We're in pre-launch. So if anybody is interested, send me a text message and I'll put my number in the text message. And ask me for the information and I will share that with you. So, oops, yes, we're getting ready. I'm coming back off of my break from the radio in just a second. All right. We're going to get going in just a second, and we are going to talk about our all right. We are going to get started. I believe I'm back on. I don't know how many minutes. My engineer is not telling me today, but I will be ready. So I hope that helped, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't want to talk badly about all financial advisors, but some of them are just flat outright giving you the products and services that they have available to them that don't necessarily benefit you. but it benefits them because they get a residual income every single month. As an ex financial advisor, I know, it's important. You want to feed your family, you want to pay your bills. But sometimes you're captive to whatever that company has for you to sell to your community. And so, with that being said, a lot of the times those products and services are not necessarily cut out for certain individuals. And so we got to make sure that we're getting the right things, we're participating in the right things, and that our money is growing at every turn, not just sitting there. And so, again, you cannot save your way to retirement right now or to financial wealth. I'm going to go to Coin Market Cap and see what's going on today. So, where are we and what is this? Coin Market Cap. All right, Bitcoin is 96,000 right now. But the cryptocurrency market cap is not going down much, still at $3 trillion. So, but we're going to get started in just a second. Um, all right, I think we're going to get ready in just a second. All right, welcome forward, ladies and gentlemen. So let's continue that conversation that we were having about the myths. We do know that we cannot save our way to wealth. It is mathematically impossible. And we know that we shouldn't be using the current status quo, which is pulling 4%, that rule for retirement. That does not work. And traditional wealth managers, ladies and gentlemen, won't tell you this. They also won't mention alternative high growth opportunities. Some of them are starting to talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies right now, but they're selling you ETFs. And I've always told you that ETFs is not the asset. That is giving you exposure to the asset without giving you the asset, but they actually hold the asset. So you want to be the holder of the asset. I said, real estate is, I don't know right now how great it's going to do in the very near future. I think we're going to have some major issues. But cash flowing businesses, ladies and gentlemen, why aren't your financial advisors telling you to get a small business on the side? Why? Because they don't earn fees, ladies and gentlemen, from those assets. They cannot give you or don't want to or are bound by their rules and regulations at their company. They can't tell you about these assets because they don't get any money, and therefore their company doesn't get any money. You guys will be surprised how many people had to sneak that work for Charles Schwab and Morgan Stanley to talk to me about Bitcoin and send me their clients so that their clients could get Bitcoin at the time, because they couldn't sell it to them. But then they expected me to give them some sort of kickback for sending their clients. And this is not that space. And that's why I wanted to tell you, this is a beautiful thing to be able to get away from traditional finances that has given us not what we need. So I am going to continue all this week to talk about the blueprint for building wealth and emerging in the AI and the cryptocurrency era. And really, ladies and gentlemen, you need to think about this show and think about everything that we do in this space as the ground floor for the next trillion-dollar opportunities. You know what? Spots are limited, ladies and gentlemen. Spots in your brain are limited. You don't have time to be consuming some of the stuff that I see people watching. You are wasting time. You social media is eating away at your very fiber. And when you look up in 2030, you are going to be so far behind if you don't start to curtail some of the things that you're watching, some of the things that you're doing, and some of the things that you're participating in, because none of those things matter right now. Yes, we're young and you want to be vibrant and you want to indulge and you want to know all that's going on. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time to focus on finances. It is really time because the wealth transfer is happening. The digital revolution, ladies and gentlemen, is being televised. Success, ladies and gentlemen, does not mean dying with zero. And why do I say that? Because people work their whole life and save everything that they can and hope that they can spend it before they die. And better yet, in our community, they hope they have enough money to last till their end of life. Doesn't that sound backwards? We need to be looking and trying to make sure that we are putting together a strategy to live and leave money for our children's children. That's what the Bible tells me. It says, leave an inheritance for your children's children. It didn't tell you to retire and just be getting by and hope that you have enough money at the end of the month left for your lifestyle. It just should not be that way. And we definitely should not die with zero. That is mentally, and that mentality is mentally, I don't want to say that, but it is it's wrong. I'll just put it that way. And it's outdated. Wealth isn't about scraping by in retirement, ladies and gentlemen. It's about building assets that generate consistent cash flow in your retirement age and days, and not relying on the government, because God knows we don't know what Doge is going to do. We don't know it. We're uncertain. So why not take your retirement into your own hands? Why worry about Social Security? Ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you the last time that Najah Roberts worried about Social Security, partly because I retired and quit my job when I was having my second child. I work for the DMV. So I don't probably have too much, not even retirement, but I probably have little that I've saved up in that system, because I realized early on, ladies and gentlemen, that that was the biggest Ponzi scheme out there. The money that you pay in is the money that they're paying out to the people that are in retirement right now. But let's think about that situation. Think about your children in your house, your nieces and your nephews. Are they going to work, ladies and gentlemen, paying into the Social Security system? Or are most of them doing their own thing at their own pace, in their own bubble? And I'll just say, I got a daughter that is absolutely incredible, but she has not worked since she graduated college. She has been running businesses and doing her own thing, which does not allow her to pay into Social Security, which again does not help when it's time for us to retire, because our kids will have not participated in that system. So where are they going to get the money from? And I'm not talking about Doge, because Doge is probably going to make some cuts. I'm just talking about the way that structure is put together. Do we trust that? Do we continue doing the same thing day in, day out, getting a different result, a same result or a different result? So you got to calculate and really start thinking about building assets that generate consistent cash flow long after, while you're here, but long after you're gone. And that's how you create generational wealth. You need to calculate your minimum lifestyle number. And what you need to do in order to do that, ladies and gentlemen, is really figure out what you need to cover your basics every single month. Your mortgage, your rent, your bills, your groceries. I'm going to say, and I know people say, oh, well, you live in California and it's high in California, and absolutely so. But ladies and gentlemen, I just think we need to really know what that number is. Mine, I know that my baseline, ladies and gentlemen, is $10,000 a month. And I have to have that in retirement, plus more if I'm going to pass on some money to my children's children. So, what do? I don't continue to do the same thing. Yes, I'm looking at Bitcoin as a digital asset that's ascending, but also God gave me a brain. The Most High gave me a brain to say, okay, now what else do I do in addition to that? And so, with that, what do I look at? How do I move? How do I continue to go forward and not stay stagnant like a lot of people in our community? And you need to really start thinking about what you can hustle and do on the side, and not necessarily be out there providing a service, but ladies and gentlemen, outthinking those around you to provide answers or solutions to people's problems. When we come forward, we'll continue the conversation. This is KBLA Talk 1580. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back on. I'm on my commercial break on the radio, and I got to get. Didn't mean to put them in there because they're not my sponsors. All right, we will get started in just a second. Thank you for tuning in. All right, we'll be getting started in just a second. All right. We are going to let me see. I think I got no, I didn't don't think I put it in there. But I'm going to be doing the virtual underground railroad. It's in Facebook during the week. So you can join me there at noontime. I'm going to do a show called Midday Money Train. Let me see if I can. I'm not going to do this today, but it's called Midday Money Train. And I'm going to be talking to you all every day at noon. And so on that Midday Money Train, we are going to be talking about all sorts of things. We're going to be talking about 401ks, things that I don't have time to talk about on the radio. I'm going to be doing noontime every single day. So that's 3 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific, 2 o'clock on the Central Time. And really just really starting to educate people more on what's happening daily in the cryptocurrency space. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but I do want to get on every day to make sure people are getting their update. And it really doesn't care. I don't care where I am. I'm just going to stop and make sure that I'm getting this information to you all. And again, if you're interested in finding out what my sponsor Mosca is about, Mosca, please feel free to send me a text message to 424-317-7373. All right, welcome forward, welcome forward. So, ladies and gentlemen, make 2025 your breakthrough year. Yes, family, I know it is a lot. There's a lot going on. There's a whole lot going on, and there's a whole lot of moving parts. And somebody used to tell me all the time when I used to say I'm multitasking, they say that's for computers. Najah, you're not multitasking, you're just doing a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, I still contend that we need to multitask. I'm not a computer, but I've got to multitask. I've got to have a lot of things going on. And I believe that they'll all culminate at the same time. So when I say that, it is time to disrupt, ladies and gentlemen, the status quo. You cannot, you cannot keep doing the same thing day in, day out, expecting different results. That's the bottom line. It's time to take control of your life. It's time to build businesses. It's time to grow assets. It's time to position yourself for massive opportunities in the cryptocurrency space and the artificial intelligence space and in other parts of the world. So remember, nobody's going to hand you the keys to anything, ladies and gentlemen. You are the key. You are the key. You've got to step up and make 2025 the year you level up for good. And good stands for getting out of debt. We have got to do that. Catch the full breakdown on Ahead of the Crypto Curve every week as we start to just drip a little bit onto you. And like I said, throughout the week, we've got to do a little bit of updates to keep up with what's going on in this cryptocurrency space. But I want to encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, to keep building and keep winning. We were born, raised, and dealt with a whole lot of stuff in corporate America and in our lives for a time such as this. It's no time to tuck your head. It's time to stand high, stand on the backs of our ancestors, and take back our financial destiny. And we've got to, and I know that sounds like the end of my show, but I'm on one today. So ladies and gentlemen, with that, again, your success is not dying with zero. That is not success. You got to do more than that. You got to look away from the 4% rule a month that they're telling you in retirement. And you got to know that you cannot save your way to wealth. And those are the three things that we talked about to make 2025 a breakthrough year. But I'm also going to say, ladies and gentlemen, do as I do. I'll just say it that way because I'm not providing financial advice, but add a little bit of Bitcoin to your portfolio. If you choose to do some of the other altcoins, good for you. I had to add some Ethereum to my portfolio just recently because I'm embarking upon this new digital wallet and learning how to get paid for transaction fees, right? So that's one of the things that I'm doing. And so I had to buy some Ethereum. So I stacked a little bit of Ethereum and I sent it someplace on accident, which means I'm actually staking it right now. So I did that by accident, and so by default, I'm saving in Ethereum. And I'm really big on what your financial plan is as to which cryptocurrency you get involved in. But I'm also saying, ladies and gentlemen, buy some gold right now. Find a local mom and pop gold dealer in your area. Find out which coin is the purest and what you can get to hold because gold is going to be used everywhere. In fact, a lot of the digital currencies that I'm seeing coming through different central bank digital currencies are backed by gold. People are asking me, is XRP going to be backed by gold? I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think so because I just don't think there's enough gold for XRP to back their coin with. Because if you look at the amount of XRPs on the market and do your math, and that's all people have to do is do your math. How much gold is there? How much XRP is there? All of these other countries and all of these people have gold. Is there enough gold to do that? I mean, think logically. So, and again, I'm not going to say either way because they can say one thing and do another, just like we thought our gold was being stored in Fort Knox all along. The Federal Reserve knew that there was no gold, which is why Richard Nixon had to take us off the gold standard. So, ladies and gentlemen, buy some gold, have it at home, do what you need to do to secure that. And then again, as a prepper, do all your dental work, get your dental work done, have enough food at home on hand for 3 months. Now, I know it sounds a little bit different than it did last year when I was saying this same thing on the radio, pre-purchase. But right now, pre-purchasing is a little bit hard based on what we're paying at the grocery store, but you got to do something. I'm telling everybody you need bartering tools. So what things can you buy to barter with? You need to do that as well. You need to have enough cash on hand to get you through a few months if you need to. So, and that's ones and fives and things like that. And really just continue to stick together with friends and family and people that understand what it is that you're doing and where you're coming from as it relates to the new climate that we're living in, ladies and gentlemen. You have got to know that this is a serious financial time. And if you really pay attention to every executive order that is coming forward right now, it all leads back to money. Again, it leads to money. Everything leads to money. When we talk about healthcare, money, whether it's you paying money for somebody to help heal you, or whether the pharmaceutical company is talking about money for you to pay or less for you to pay in order to get the products that they're actually giving you that is going to cause you 10 to 15 other ailments. And so everything, ladies and gentlemen, is coming back to money. Are you going to be ready? Are you going to be in a position where you have the options, where you can make decisions based on the facts and not based on the immediate need, because you have no choices, you have no options. Options brings money. And again, that biggest misconception about the Bible verse is money is the root of all evil. It does not say that. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. And we're not talking about loving money, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about using money as a tool to ensure that your family is good, that you're good, and that your children's children are good. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, when we come forward, we'll continue the conversation. This is KBLA Talk 1580. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into the price of Bitcoin when we get back. We're at the top of the hour. I can't even talk about no crypto news, but I can do that with you all that are on here today. So Trump actually signed an order to create a U.S. sovereign wealth fund. So I'm going to be talking about that tomorrow on the Virtual Underground Railroad in Facebook. If you're not a member of my Facebook group, which is the Virtual Underground Railroad, please join there on Facebook. It's called Najah's Virtual Underground Railroad. I'll have some stuff on social media, but 12 noon Pacific, I'm going to be talking about Trump's order to create a U.S. sovereign wealth fund. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about money. And we need to make sure that it is attracted to us, just like it's attracted to all of these other folks. So when we come forward, we'll have a couple of minutes to talk about the price of Bitcoin. And then we're going to close out. But then you guys can see me Monday through Friday at noon Pacific and 3 o'clock Eastern and 2 o'clock Central as I do midday money train. That's what I'm calling it. I even got my conductress hat. I'm ready for them. So I'm going to be ready to conduct business and make sure our community has what they need. So I appreciate you all tuning in today. And we are at the end of the show. And I am back on. All right. Welcome forward. Welcome forward. So let's talk about today's cryptocurrency prices, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin right now is trading at $97,062.71. It's up in the last hour, 0.24%. It is down in the last 24 hours, 0.49%. In the last 7 days, it's up 1.05%. Ethereum is at $2,683. It is up in the last hour, 0.27%, down in the last 24 hours, 0.32%, and up 7 days, 2.42%. So, ladies and gentlemen, everything pretty much follows Bitcoin and does the same thing. So I'm looking at the same green and red in the last hour, 24 hours, and everything is doing what it's going to do based on Bitcoin. And so I see that there are 11.46 million cryptocurrencies out there right now. And the market cap is at $3.2 trillion. I'm excited about that. And I'm also looking at the dominance, Bitcoin, Ethereum, cryptocurrency dominance. Bitcoin What that means is dominance is how many people hold Bitcoin in their portfolio that are in the cryptocurrency space. So 60% of the people hold Bitcoin, and then they hold 10% in Ethereum. And then that other, because that's almost even, so that other 30% is in all the other coins. So 60% have Bitcoin, 10% have Ethereum, and then the other, again, 30% have all sorts of different cryptocurrencies, being the fact that there's 11.46 million cryptocurrencies out there. You've got to really do your research and understand what you're getting involved in. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to continue to say to you, if you want to reach out to me for anything in this week, or you want me to talk about something on the Midday Money Train, please feel free to send me a text message to 424-317-7373. Again, 424-317-7373. But y'all don't touch that dial, because we are making way for Dr. Tyrone Howard. You must learn. You must learn. You really must. I want to thank each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, for rocking with me on Ahead of the Crypto Curve. I am your host, Najah Roberts, and we are creating Satoshi millionaires, one Satoshi at a time. For those of you that don't know what a Satoshi is the smallest increment of a Bitcoin, just like a penny is the smallest increment of a dollar. With that being said, have an incredible rest of your day. Peace and blessings, fam. I will talk to you next week. Peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting off my radio show, so hold on one second. I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to see if there's a comment that I need to. You are welcome, Marion, Bryant. You are so welcome. Just, stay tuned. This week, I'm starting a Midday Money Train, and I'll be on Facebook. So if you have not joined my Facebook group, please go and do so. I'll be there going live every single day, and I will talk to you then. Let me see what I got going on. Just my music. So talk to you all soon.
Hey. You're listening to Najah Roberts on Ahead of the Crypto Curve. Please follow her on all social media platforms at Najah Roberts. No underscores, no dots, no numbers, just Najah Roberts. Let's close the wealth gap. It's our turn.